Come sip something, come smoke something. You is now tuned into the Killer Mix podcast.
The Killa Mix.
Be gassing the fuck out this bitch. Crazy as shit, but she built like a manatee. Nigga be acting so hard on the ground, pussy boy. You be flexing, you is not a man of me. Yeah. Yes, Brian.
What's up? You're now tuned into the Killer Mix podcast. I'm your boy 5D.
We got Robin here.
And we got our special guest today. My boy, introduce yourself.
Brian, you know what I'm saying? Y'all already know what the fuck going on. AKA Bryson McGrady, AKA AKA the GOAT himself.
Hemi Neutron.
Okay.
AKA the GOAT himself.
Who you got with you today, my guy?
I got my dog Keyshawn, my day one. You know what I'm saying?
What's going on, y'all?
What up? What's good, man? Thank you for coming out to the podcast, bro. Like, you know what I mean?
For sure.
Definitely good on the support, heavy on the support, man. You got a few things that's dropped. You got songs that's dropping. You doing shows, you doing performances. We're going to get into all that. You know what I mean?
Hell yeah.
We want to know all that. We want to know the backstory, but I want to know, where did it start from? Where did Brian come from? Like, where did
Brian come from?
What makes Brian
Brian is
today?
All right, so everything came from like school. Like everything came from school, middle school, high school. Like I feel like a lot of shit like molded me like from middle school situations and high school situations. Like growing up, I was like, in the most cliches way possible, I was a very introverted kid growing up in school. And like he knows, like I had like a few friends in middle school, like you know him, Streisand. You know what I'm saying? That's another one. He's supposed to be here. Streisand.
Gotta keep the circle tight.
Yeah, and I was very introverted, and I did get into a lot of issues with people, conflict. It's a lot of like conflict and heartbreak, and stress that revolved around me and my name. So it was just like I need to find an outlet for all of this shit because I don't want to get into no trouble. I don't want to do beefs. I want good vibes only. So music, that's what I tried.
Okay.
You know, mom, she tried to put me to sports. Shout out my mom, my family, Chris, Brandon, Alicia, everybody.
Support system.
Yeah. You know, fights and stuff like that, arguments, heartbreak, dealing with girls. So.
Okay, and how did that see? Now I see like me looking at you. I feel like you're a real more calm person. You know what I mean? More mellow person. Yeah. When did that kind of like take effect? Like, you know what I mean?
When did that kind of take effect?
Where you was able to be like, you know what? I'm wilding. Like maybe I should settle down. Like, you know
yeah.
what I mean? Or try to like, you know, just.
I was very sensitive. I was sensitive as hell. I like always got emotional towards shit. I was like, I can't be like, I'm a man. Like growing up, like I gotta be more mature. I can't like cry and be so pressed about things, being soft.
And you can't let people turn your light switch on
exactly.
and off. You gotta be able to control your own emotions.
Exactly.
Okay. So now as you get older, you start going through everything. You're going through your fights, your problems, everything like that. Now you're older now. What is the goal? What is the
goal?
The story for what's the extra chapter in Brian's book?
The extra chapter. Well, first of all, speaking of chapters, I felt like there were chapters that's led on to this, me as a rapper. I had one, everything was like experiment. Everything was like one chapter. My first chapter was like, I'd call it like experimental, trying something different, just like learning to dabble into different waters. The next chapter was like, you know, I'm taking it serious. And I believe the chapter after that was all about growth and appreciation. I think this chapter about growth and appreciation was very big to me, which happened like a year ago or so. Because like I started creating a name for myself as a rapper and stuff. Like people started knowing who I was. I started developing a brand and a support system, and that's what kept me afloat. So this chapter, I'd call it right now, 4th or 5th. I'd call this chapter like, how is Brian going to keep his name out there in the next 10 years? What can Brian do? How can he catapult from this brand that he has? How can he catapult from this platform that he has. That's what I'd call it, trying to grow and expand myself as a person.
Definitely understand that, especially being at a young age,
Mhm.
focused. So I see that you got that
Yeah.
bright future ahead of you. Because
Mhm.
I was definitely doing some research, and I ran across fantasy hoes. Oh yeah, that's definitely a vibe.
That's-
But that's the one that caught my attention.
Yeah.
Definitely. So like it's like a summertime vibe. Talk to me about that.
Mm.
Like, what was you feeling? Because I know
The
you was
beat.
feeling. I know you was feeling
Alright,
yourself in
yeah.
there.
All right, so that song, how am I gonna? All right, so the beat itself, it's a Coil Ray beat.
Uh-huh.
It's a Coil Ray DDG type beat,
Okay.
and everything is from like a different beat selection from all of my songs and the people that I look up to. You know, you're gonna have songs where it's gonna be inspired by a Trippie Redd type beat, a Lil Uzi Vert type beat, a Juice WRLD type beat.
RP Juice.
Some exactly. What's it called? Everything develops from like the rappers that I look up to and their type beats. So most of the time it's like these beats, they like put me in that mode. They put me in that mode, especially like Lil Uzi Vert, Juice WRLD. Cause like they put me in that mood where I could just like.
It's like you
lock
just
in.
zoning out and you just
Yeah.
like focus. You don't hear nothing from the outside. You just like, yo, this is it. and this is
Exactly.
what I'm gonna be doing.
Exactly. And some of these beats that I be looking up, like it's fascinating. It's weird, but it's fascinating. I'm able to say one line, mumble from it or whatever, get one line, and I could like jot down a whole song just from that one line. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's dope. That shit is definitely dope.
How does your music kind of like? Because you're a fan of XXXTentacion, Juice WRLD.
That's inspiration.
Too.
What? How does your music like derive from them basically?
Well, actually, it's not just them. Speaking of like, if we're talking about like inspiration wise, who inspired me to do this thing, I actually have like 3 main artists that motivate me to do the shit I'm doing basically.
What?
So for one, it's Kanye West.
Okay.
Kanye West, he's very artistic. He's very artistic. He has a big mind. He bigger than just the music itself. He's able to articulate himself through it. Like ever since he dropped the 808s and Heartbreak, I was like, yo, I want to be just like that. Especially the music videos that he has. Like I seen the music video for Heartless, and that was very creative. Yeah. Yeah, so that's one inspiration. Second inspiration, it would be Trippie Redd. Trippie Redd inspires me to be different. It's okay to like
Be yourself.
yeah, an outcast basically. Because Trippie, the thing about him is, you know, he got the face tats and stuff like that. He's
Got them sharp
his
teeth
skin,
at one point in time.
right, and his skin, like you're gonna think he's very light skinned and stuff, and his dreads, you know, you're gonna think like he's very, very different.
Yeah, it definitely
And
is.
they're gonna think his voice is like scrawny. And this was back in like 2016, 2017, Trippie music. His voice is very scrawny. He was very wild. So that's what he inspires me for.
Who's the last
Now
one?
third is sort of like 2 people. I'd say Lil Tecca and Lil Yachty. The thing about Lil Tecca and Lil Yachty is like, dude, that weed is getting in like in my throat. I got a cough. Like, oh my god.
Yeah, that's that second hand.
Oh my god.
You Gucci man.
Get this
You
out of
Gucci
here.
man.
All right. So Lil Yachty and Lil Tecca, the thing about them is just like their image. That's what made them stand out, and they could like use that as a catapult for their career. You see Lil Yachty, he had the red dreads,
With
the
the
red,
beads.
that. Lil Tecca, he was like a scrawny kid with glasses and stuff like that.
But he still was
Skinny.
flowing.
Yeah,
Definitely was flowing.
and as soon as they drop like hit singles, everyone gravitates towards them. They can use that as motivation. That's why, you know, that's what taught me about energy transmutation. You could really, this is what music is for, my energy transmutation. When it's me being very sensitive, and I can put it towards music and create art from it. So I'd say those 2 for sure are the inspiration, Lil Yachty and Lil Tecca.
And so basically, back to what you were saying about how you be using, you know, Juice WRLD type beats and
Trippie Redd.
Trippie Redd's type beats. Do you usually just go on YouTube and find your beats, or is there like
Yeah, YouTube.
any other place you buy beats or anything? Oh, okay.
They be free for non-profit. Like I can
Yeah.
use them. I just have to credit the producer.
Nah, most definitely. So that's definitely a good look. You know what I mean? That
Yeah.
you find your own beats and everything like that. Where you record at?
I
What's your
record.
studio?
Well, what I used to record, the studio is Brantford Soundloft Studios.
Okay.
Definitely solid.
Yeah.
So now sometimes like when you get into the music industry, it gets bigger. You know what I mean? Sometimes it get deeper.
Hell yeah.
So now how you gonna be able to hold your composure once you start making it to that level? Because remember, fantasy hoes,
Right.
women, all that stuff, the money coming in. You got your day one with you. And then boom, you're going to be meeting new people. How you going to be able to keep your composure and stay level-headed so that you can elevate to
Right.
the next game?
All right, so I understand that's just like when you blow up, they'll call it. When you blow up, when you reach fame, so and so, you're a rapper, you sign a label, this and that. Everything is about. I stay humble. That's what I try to do. I try to stay humble. I know where I came from. That's why I brought a friend of mine with me here from the ground and up, because I know where I came from, and I really want to see what I'm capable of before I make these steps and stuff like that. Whether it's signing to a label, whether it's moving, basically how I move. I'm always aware of how I move and try to stay humble as possible. So,
And your friend you got with you. How do you think of it? What do you think of his music career? What do you think how he is as an artist?
Nah, that shit going crazy.
That shit go crazy.
Yeah, at first it was like the music. If it was tough, it was hitting, but like he got more into it. I can see he taking it serious now.
Start seeing the crack. Because remember, it all came up with an idea. And I know y'all probably was just sitting there like, yo.
my voice was high as hell back then.
Yeah, so it's like, yo, how far can he really take it? And now you actually seeing the progress.
Yeah.
And it's like, yo.
So I know you recently just did the showcase. I don't know if you came to the showcase, but you recently just did the showcase. How did it feel? Like, how did you go about like wanting to do it, and how did it leading up to it?
All right, how did I go about wanting to do it? I want to answer that. So, out of all the shows that I do, I always think big. Like, it's a lot of people. I think I'm at a real big venue right now. No matter how many people show up, I always have like that mindset where it's just like I'm performing in front of a lot of people, and that's what motivates me. So, even prior to upcoming showcases, I always go on YouTube and I watch other artists performing at events at venues like Rolling Loud, Summer Smash, Cyber World, Coachella, just like all of these venues that these big artists perform at. Like, really motivated from Playboi Carti, Lil Uzi Vert performances, Travis Scott, and I really like the way they engage with the crowd. And not to mention, I try to take notice on how I could do good in my performance and how I could improve my performances. I want to be able to engage with the crowd. I want to be able to have an entrance that's apart from other artists. That's why when I perform, I do these like sound effects. Like, for example, when next up is Brian, you're gonna hear like a spooky sound effect come on, and then once you hear the explosion, like, bah, then I come on set and everyone's like, yo, what's good, Brian? What's good? Like, that's why I try to make everything like creative.
And I know what you mean. Like it's like you gotta tap into that right there. Like as soon as it happens, you gotta just boom, switch.
Basically, you're reading the energy of the room and everything.
Exactly.
And you're really trying to like kick off that next level shit.
Yeah.
Most definitely. So, do you see yourself in the near future like trying to perform at Rolling Loud and all these other places?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you have a manager or anything, or you just you?
I know I don't. I'm independent right now. Like,
Okay.
Yeah. Like I said, trying to see what I'm capable of.
Ain't nothing wrong with that. So that you can steer your own direction.
As far as your music, you got anything coming up or anything?
Anything coming up?
Anything coming up? Any shows? Any shit? If you're in a movie, you know what I mean?
Nah.
I don't know what you do on the weekends, but shit.
Nah, but I do have songs written down that's prepared to be taken to the studio, taken to be recorded.
Okay.
So, you know, if I'm not in the studio, I am writing songs and I am looking out for beats and stuff like that.
Okay.
Staying consistent. That's
Mhm.
the main thing.
Yeah.
Most definitely.
Especially when times you're like, oh man, not feeling motivated. But if you stay consistent in the long run, it'll definitely pay you off.
You be
Right.
playing his music?
Yeah. When he posts on Instagram, I'll do all that shit, shout that shit out, everything.
Yeah.
How often you listen to his music?
I don't listen to it as much. I don't even listen to music like that. Like,
What?
Not right now.
I believe that because at one point in time
My
I was definitely
bad,
like
bro.
that too. I can't
He
gonna
said,
lie.
I don't even listen to music like that. He said, yeah, honestly, I'm a movie guy.
sleeping.
I'm a movie guy. Most definitely, bro. I feel you. I fucks with it, man. I fucks with the movement.
Yeah.
I fucks with the vision that you have. I know you can have way more performances coming up. Like, once again, man, this shit is an opportunity and for the exposure, man. Once again. Shit.
All right, so Dream collabs,
Uh-huh.
they go rank from 1 to 10.
All right.
It'll be Trippie Redd, like I said, Lil Tecca, like I said, Travis Scott, Polo G,
Mhm.
Kanye West, Young Boy.
Okay.
Young boy.
Uh,
You like young boy? Like you with your personality, I wouldn't think that you even listen to
I
him,
mean-
to be honest.
So I wouldn't think you even listen to him,
it
to be
goes-
honest. Shit, this nigga don't listen to music, so at the end of the day, we all fine now. It's like,
Shit.
but
Dej Loaf.
Dej Loaf.
Dej Loaf. What's your favorite song by Dej Loaf?
I don't want to say let a nigga try me.
It's
but-
Try Me, ain't it?
Yeah, but
It's like Young and Maze. Ooh.
no, like Dej Loaf, she has this tape out now. This album, like Big Sean is on it, and yeah, that's what I like so far.
Nah, that's fire. That fucking, cause you was fucking with Dej Loaf since she came out, or was you just like you caught on late?
I mean, I caught on when she dropped "Try Me," so like,
yeah, you Gucci,
Janae
man, you
Aiko.
Gucci, you can
Oh
support.
yeah, she got a voice on her.
yeah,
Yeah.
Coil Ray,
Uh-huh.
Okay.
and last Summer Walker.
Summer Walker.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
okay.
That's
so
definitely
you
different.
So you real like
I follow Summer Walker.
you real R&B intended. R&B like hip hop and R&B though, not regular R&B.
Yeah, but versatile as well. I touch into different areas of music.
What
like,
type of areas you be touching into?
I mean, I like rock,
Okay.
like some emo, punk. Like,
Okay.
shout out MGK because Machine Gun Kelly, I tap into like beats that resonate his style. Ian Dior.
Okay. So you like
I also have a brother that was like into rock and stuff like that, so that's what kind of like made me
Kind of
interested.
drew you into it. So you
Yeah.
like I wonder what the hype is about.
Yeah,
you like
'Cause-
Sam Smith?
See what
I
I'm
fuck
saying?
with Sam Smith. He tough. See, he listen to Sam Smith, and he don't listen to music. So listen, you gotta tap in his ear, man. You listen to Ed Sheeran.
Ed
Ed
Sheeran.
Sheeran, yeah.
Ed Sheeran go hard. You know,
Yeah,
what I
he
mean?
definitely-
He
he
invited
cool.
to the cookout. You feel
He
me?
definitely-
Yeah.
Listen, he on point.
I don't know yet.
You know what I mean? Listen, he been dropping some bangers.
He
Man.
coming. He can't just leave with a to-go plate.
You fuck with Wale?
Wale.
Wale.
Yeah.
Yeah, I bet. You know what I mean? You got a good ear. You got a good ear. You be like playlisting and shit?
Playlist and I'm
Like, you know, you
No,
don't
I
make a
don't.
personal playlist for yourself?
I mean, I play the same like 50 to 100 songs every day. So, and my listening history, so it's not really a
Damn. Put your
playlist.
shit on shuffle.
He said, nah, this one
Like,
I'm
unless you
this one
search
puts me
this
in
shit
my
up,
zone.
like, got it. Nah, most definitely, man. What else you got?
Oh yeah. What's our things to talk about? So that's checked off. My first music and my first song.
What you mean?
Right.
It was your first song.
Your first
Yeah.
song.
My first ever song. So I started this rap shit like I started getting into like dropping songs like 7th and 8th grade. My name was not Brian at the time. It was something else.
What
I
was
dropped
it?
this
What was
song.
What was it?
Damn.
You gotta tell me now.
You brought it up already.
What was it? 'Cause
I think he knows too.
I remember
Ugly
the
Prince.
song. Yeah,
Hold on,
nah,
hold on,
Ugly
what was
Prince,
it?
yeah,
You
yeah,
said Ugly Prince?
yeah.
You don't remember that?
Nah, I remember that shit.
Oh man, that's
It was embarrassing as hell. My voice was so high, and then I played. He knew about the song, and this dude named Tyreek, who was one of our homies, like he knew about the song too. My voice was very high. I was talking about a bunch of dumb shit, and I was freestyling on it most of the time.
So you're just having fun.
Yeah,
Just going with it.
basically.
But
Also,
go ahead.
I used to make music on Rap Chat.
Mhm.
I used to make music on Rap Chat.
That's the
I
app
tried-
that Charlie Clips was rapping on
Yeah, I think
in
so.
the commercial. I think
Probably.
so. Yeah, all right.
Yeah,
Well, I mean, straight.
what's it called? It was this other app that I like
GarageBand?
recorded on. No, it wasn't GarageBand. It was
Oh.
this different. It was a recording app that I downloaded on my phone at the time,
Mhm.
and that's how I made "I Rope Jump," which is one song that people know me by.
Oh, okay.
So that's when it started taking off.
Yeah,
Pretty
I
much.
Rope, you know, "I Rope Jump," right? Yeah.
Mhm.
So,
Can I hear a little verse? Let me hear your favorite bar that's from up there. Since you said that's well, how long ago was that?
all right,
When you had
that
a
was
scrunny
from-
voice.
That was like, when did I jump? I Rope Jump. That was sophomore year, 10th grade,
Mhm.
sophomore year. I was on the game, and it's actually really crazy how it came about. I basically left the party that day. I was
Uh-huh.
with Stryson and some other guys.
Yeah.
I left the party, and I was like, fuck, I'm about to just make a song. So I had the phone out,
Uh-huh.
the app on, and I was recording with this beat played on YouTube, and it was a Splurge type beat.
Okay.
I don't know if you know who Splurge is, but what's it called? I was basically freestyling.
Mhm.
I was freestyling on it, and I uploaded it on YouTube. And the cover art on it was like a Simpsons character.
That's Simpson.
It was. That's funny.
Was that under Brian or Ugly Prince?
Ugly
Prince.
print.
Yeah.
Just
No,
make
I
sure
Rope
I look
Jump.
it up. I make sure
I
see
Rope
this.
Jump is under my name, Brian. I
Uh,
Rope Jump. Yeah. People on, and speaking of I Road Jump, I feel like that's where it all started from because people on the basketball team knew about that song. People on the baseball team knew about the song, and on the PlayStation because I played PS4.
So it was just
They
jumping
know about
all
it.
over.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
And one thing I got too, I heard a quote from Jay-Z. He said, "Treat your first like your last, and your last like your
Hell
first." I know you gotta remember that verse, especially with music now. So once you start getting there, you can't take it for granted. You just gotta
Exactly.
appreciate everything.
Mm-hmm.
That's the main thing about it.
Hell yeah.
You still be playing PlayStation?
No, I don't. I don't play the game at all anymore.
What
Honestly.
you be doing now? What you
Music.
Say, I'm
shit.
you be
focused.
balling?
He said, I am focused.
You be playing ball?
Do I play ball? I mean, that's not all the time, but yeah.
You play ball?
No, I played football for Hampton.
Oh, word? I don't want to play you in football. That seems like too much of a contact for me. I'd rather play
Bruh.
basketball, bro.
That's
You
fine.
good. He's like, fuck around, I'm too old for right now.
Tell you too old, you
Fuck
still
around,
young.
hit me, nigga. I mean, yo, call somebody, bro. Like,
You gotta catch a stinger, you gotta be done for it.
you got big. I could probably withstand it, but I don't want to withstand it. I mean, you got that.
All right, so what's the call next? So Rap Chat, Ugly Prince, High Voice, Took It Seriously. All right, so that's crossed off. That's crossed off. Next, I want to shout out. Should I save this to the ends? Fuck it. All right, so I want to give a shout out to people because I know where I came from. Like I said, I want to shout out to Zany Fam. Zany Fam. That's Stryson McGrady. That's Ryan. Matthew, you know these niggas I'm talking about? Yeah. So Stryson, that's Ryan, that's Drago, RJ, AJ, Sid, James, Nijon, fuck, all them niggas. They know who I'm talking about, so all them
Say,
niggas.
if you know, you know.
They all got on my fucking nerves growing up, so.
Uh-huh. But
Shit.
think about it now. That there's probably ways to test you. So when it does happen, you like,
True.
yo, that's how he was always acting. So, but now I
True.
know how to move with that.
Yeah,
Because you're gonna run across some people that's gonna be
exactly.
don't always got your best interests.
Exactly. Who else do I want to shout out? Oh yeah, shout out Veli and Mark, Dark Lines Forever. Lil Machiavelli and Mark XO, them my niggas. Dark Lines Forever. Also, I want to shout out my two best friends in high school, Sharon and Christian. Yeah.
Yeah. Shout out to
Yeah.
them.
Shout out Sharon and Chris. Yeah. And my family.
Always.
My mom, my dad, my two brothers, Chris and Brandon, and my sister Alicia. And I saved this for last. I just want to talk about God because about how He gave me the abilities, and He wired me to do the things I'm able to do today. If it wasn't for Him,
Thank the
nothing
Lord.
would happen. Of course, pray to Him often. So yeah, that's why I
Gotcha.
want to shout out everyone else.
You gotta keep them first in your life.
Hmm.
That's what keeps you focused, keeps you on the right path.
All right.
Most definitely.
That was
Most
definitely
definitely.
mature.
And I guess it's just like, where do I see myself in 10 years? Right?
Okay.
Where you want?
I would use this growth in my platform as a well-known artist in this matter to try to catapult from it. I want to use it as like a brand to. I put it right here. I want to use it as a way to pave a way for the upcoming generation of artists. Develop my own.
Like your own style or
My own. I want to develop like my own studio, my own label.
Or I see what you're saying, like how Jay-Z did, like how
Yeah.
Rockefeller and Rock Nation and all
Yeah,
that.
something like that. Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense.
And a podcast, and basically try to bite off the. Basically try my best to bite off the creative elements that Cole Bennett had with his lyrical lemonade.
Okay,
So-
that's definitely different. That's the first time I heard that one.
Yeah.
That's definitely the first time I heard that.
And last is a message to the youth.
Mm-hmm.
A message to the youth.
What you got for the youth then?
All right. Follow your dreams. You only live once, and you only live once, and you mean more than what you think. Your mind is limited. Your mind is limitless. That's what X said. Shout out X. This world is yours. You can do whatever the fuck you want, literally.
For real.
Don't live your life in regret. That's something that I tell myself every day. I don't want to live my life in regret. So yeah, follow your dreams and do what resonates and sings with you.
I want to give a big thank you to you for popping out today and really putting on for the showcase and really putting on for the podcast and everything like that. I want to give a big shout out to Dream Killer Records as well, because for making this all possible, and they're